For your health tonight, it's probably a virus you've never heard of. That's because until now, doctors in the U.S., they didn't really see it as much of a threat. But as News 4's Jen Shantz is going to tell us, this Zika virus, it is on the move tonight. And Jen, I understand this isn't something we're used to seeing.
And Lena, that's right. It's something that has actually never occurred here. The Zika virus is generally pretty new to this part of the world, but it's been linked to serious birth defects in Brazil. The case numbers are growing and they're moving north. Health officials in the U.S. are now telling pregnant women to steer clear of certain areas.
The Zika virus is actually a virus that's transmitted by mosquitoes, kind of like yellow fever, dengue fever, diseases that we don't usually see in our country.
And the CDC wants to keep it that way, so it's telling expectant mothers to postpone travel to these Latin American and Caribbean countries. For Western New Yorkers, that might mean putting spring break plans on hold. Dr. Lynn Marie Aronica says while there haven't been any cases of the virus here yet, cases in Brazil are spreading and fast.
It's extraordinary.
The virus carries mild symptoms for adults or children, much like the flu. But in unborn babies, it can cause a serious abnormality called microcephaly.
Microcephaly is when the head is much smaller than it's supposed to be, which means the brain itself is affected by this disorder.
Between October 2015 and January 2016, there's been about 3,500 reported cases of it in Brazil. Dr. Aronica says that number used to be about a dozen.
You know, the public health officials, the WHO and the CDC has begun investigating and trying to learn more about this virus, but, you know, it really takes time to completely understand the virus and the chain of transmission.
Dr. Aronica says until more numbers come out, she's advising her pregnant patients to take extreme caution while traveling. Again, we haven't seen any cases here yet, but coming up at 6, why they think this virus is spreading so quickly, plus how to protect yourself if you are planning on traveling. Live in the studio, Jen Shantz, News 4 at 5:30.
Jen.